There's so many factors to think about when you come to managing people. The biggest thing that we say is make sure in the very, very early days when it comes to taking on your first person for the first time or your first recruitment exercise, it's so, so important to have planning in place. So having strong HR compliance is one of the key things that we say to people, get in place really early on. So having clear position descriptions, having clear process for hiring people, clear recruitment strategy, and drafting out a list of duties that you want that person to be able to perform. Be prepared to invest time and energy into your people. When you bring them on board, the worst thing you can do is bring someone into the organisation and then leave them just to get on with it. But as business owners, I get it. Quite often we're under pressure, we're under a lot of issues that we've got to deal with outside of the business. We bring someone in and we put them in the chair and then we say, okay, see you later, get on with it. That's not a great start for the person. Screening takes time when it comes to managing people. And I always say this, and I've got a fantastic team that I can rely on for this as well, who will help and assist with this. And what they do in the initial beginning is they will screen out all the candidates for the employer, or the employer can do this themselves, and they actually recognise, okay, what are the people where they've met the criteria? So, for example, if somebody's not put through a letter with their application, that's immediately somebody out of the shortlist. We then take down the top 5 to 10 candidates and we give them a quick call. It's really important if you've got somebody who's going to be working in a reception role that you actually get to speak to them on the phone beforehand. So we get them to do a quick phone screen, 5 to 10 minutes just to understand their expectations, particularly around salary. What we find is people will apply for a role. Typically, it doesn't matter what they're looking for a salary. If you put a salary bracket on it, you will get people that want $60,000 when you've only got a $50,000 role. So it's really good to be able to weed people out quickly and have that in place. So then from there, you would do a 15 to 20 minute phone screen. This allows you to talk more in depth to the person and get a good understanding of their skills, knowledge, experience, and what they can potentially bring to the role. Then you can bring them into an interview or bring them to your place of work for an interview, because it saves you a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of effort, and you can make a good assessment of the person before you bring them in. My tip from that section is really take your time to hire. Do not rush into it, because it's one of the big things that can really unravel a business very, very quickly, is when we rush and we try and get somebody on board because we're at capacity and we just want to get them through the door. We often suggest to business owners is have someone mystery shop your business. See how well your employees know what it is that they're going to be selling or services that they're going to be supplying. We do this for a couple of our clients. And it works really, really well, because we give them then coaching when we do the calls with them. We actually give them coaching and feedback so they know what to put in place and how they can improve their induction processes. So it really helps them to understand that. I always say feedback is the breakfast of champions, and people love feedback. They need to know what's happening. They need to know, am I doing a great job? Is there something I need to change? And if there are challenges, make sure you tell them. Because a lot of the time what I see with business owners is people put their head in the sand and they want to ignore it. And that in itself can really, really fester in an organisation and in a business. Culture is something that you keep front of mind and you do every single day, purposefully. So having an open door policy, talking to people, saying good morning to people, saying goodbye to people, inviting your team to join you for lunch. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. It can just be sitting down and eating lunch together. But so often we get busy and we forget about those things. And a happy team is a productive team, and culture grows from the top. So remember, with culture, you foster it every single day, and your business and your people will watch you constantly. So if they see you behave in a certain way, that sets the tone and the standard for culture. And culture is so, so important in any business. And one of the key things that I always say to business owners is think about your culture when you're hiring people. Does that person fit your culture?